Okay, I'm getting some parts together here to build a mechanical pump, and the basic concept behind this is to have this as an inlet, and this isn't attached right now, but this is basically a check valve system that I made on my own. Inside there is the spring from the keg. On the other side, you might be able to see it right in there, is the stainless steel ball from the keg. It makes a check valve system, so that way air or fluid can only go one direction in there. In this case, it's going to go this way. Plunger assembly, which will go into the end and slide all the way in, down to somewhere around this point right here. Another check valve goes onto this side over here, the reverse of this one here, and that is this assembly right over here that I'm kind of working with. This one here doesn't have this. This is another keg that I opened up. It doesn't have the steely, but it has a spring-loaded assembly with a little ball stop on the one side. That will just drop right down in there. This one needs a little space in between the fittings here, so I can kind of gauge the strength of that ball. I could squeeze that down there really, really tight and have that thing be under probably 20 pounds of pressure, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that's just kind of sitting in there just slightly, so that when the reverse flow of the fluid tries to go the opposite direction, it will just plug up and stop right in there. So this comes over, goes right on here, and I believe that's the right direction. Yeah. So anyways, the water would force through this direction via the pump coming through, and it'll suck water up into this pipe here. This is a 1-inch copper pipe, and when the plunger comes back down, it's going to force it down. The ball's going to stop down here, and the fluid's going to come back up around over here and push out this side. And then on this side over here we have a male flange that's going to come and go right on here. The plunger assembly on this side here will slide all the way through this shaft and come up, and then I'm going to try to hook that up to a little motor assembly and try to get this shaft to go, this little piston to go back and forth in here, probably at a medium speed, and just keep positive pressure on this and pump my fluid. Here's a quick little drawing that I did. I was trying to get my ideas together, utilizing as many parts as I possibly could of stuff that I already had. This is the whole assembly kind of put together right there. Okay, I'm testing one of my check valves here. This one I just got done making. It's the one that had the little ball incorporated right in the spring. Had to use a little blowtorch on it a couple times. I got it too close the first time. Now let's see what we got here. So we got pretty good pressure that direction. And then if we spring the sprung in here, it feels to go through really nicely. Yeah, that's a good flow. So at this point I have everything assembled with the copper pipe put together just as we said before, mounted to my board, my little outlet ready to be tested. Flange all went together. I have a couple little relief holes in here. The piston inside was made with a little bit of space around it, so it's not continually rubbing on the inside. There's just using the fluid pressure to go back and forth and create pressure in there and move this move the check balls and stuff like that. So some of that water bypasses the pump, which is fine because it'll fill up in this tube as it goes along here, and it just dumps out the relief valve back down into the keg.